This channel is supported by TrueFire. TrueFire is an online library of lessons from some of my favourite players. There's thousands of lessons on there. You can use the promo code JNC40 to get 40% off of any of their courses. Okay, it wouldn't make much sense for me to talk about the HoTone Ampero stage without talking about HoTone Ampero Stomp, which actually the stage is, frustratingly enough for Stomp owners, has fixed some of the things that Stomp owners have been waiting for a while. Anyway, this is on loan to me from the UK kind of distributor, and I said sort of months ago I'd like to demo this because this has been out for a while. So what they've done essentially is quite an interesting amalgamation of things. So this looks like a quad Cortex box a lot. I'll get it out of there. Really nice box. Open it like that, and even that is spot on for a quad Cortex unboxing. And then inside we've got the Ampero stage, which kind of looks like a Kemper stage. So it's kind of a interesting design piece. You'll see the inputs. We got normal guitar, even XLR can't be there. Stereo effects return, couple of control, XLR outputs, normal unbalanced outputs, and a lot of aux ins. So So aux in, phones, and then MIDI in and out, and a ground lift. Nice. So the main thing for me that I thought about the Ampero Stomp was that it's missing scenes, and that's one reason that it's not super giggable in my opinion. Although if you had a couple of extra control switches, you can do quite a fair amount. But this definitely giggable. Let's see what it's like. The actual capabilities of both units are identical as well, I think, in terms of processing power. It's just that this is running a slightly different firmware. Okay, right, so I've done the unboxing. I've actually created the preset by this point. I have to say, for me, what this has shown me is that it's time to sell the Ampero Stomp 2. And to be honest with you, I don't think I'm gonna wait and see if they come up with scenes on this, because I'm pretty convinced by this point that with this little unit, HoTone have really outdone themselves and come out with something which I think is a really good rival to the Line 6 HX Stomp, a really good rival to the HX Stomp XL, a really good rival to the Pod Go. It's really flexible in terms of foot switching. So the way that I've got this set up so far is that I've got a scene here, a scene here, a scene here, a scene here, and a scene here. Got up to 5 scenes, and then I'm using this here is switching drive, and this here is switching delay and reverb at the same time. And here's the other cool thing, is that for each scene you can have different parameters. So up here, maybe I'll just show you this quickly actually. So what I've got at my foot here, scene 1, kind of just dry. Scene 2, same but with delay and reverb. Scene 3 is clean. I've taken off a drive for that. Then scene 4 ups the drive on the amp block. And then scene 5 actually ups the drive on both the amp block and a drive pedal up front. And so I've got their, I don't know, they've really kind of nailed it, and I wasn't knowing what to expect with this because I haven't watched other people's videos on these, because I specifically wanted to have like a fresh take on it. And yeah, I think they kind of killed it. The price of the Ampero Stomp is about £400. This is about £600, but in terms of functionality, at the moment, although they've said scenes are coming to the Ampero Stomp, I can't see that it's going to be as flexible as this thing. So I think they've really upgraded that significantly. And I do think the sounds do sound good. You know, this is with very little tweaking at all, or you're about to watch me build this preset. I think they really killed it. I'm going to do some more videos with it, but I think for me, the Ampero stage is kind of the perfect HoTone product. HoTone, however they want you to say it. But yeah, they've nailed it. So I might talk with them about potentially keeping this unit to make some more videos with, because that to me is the superior product by quite a long way. And I think actually a serious contender, I saw Michael Nielsen, I just saw a thumbnail where he was comparing it to a Quad Cortex, and actually the Quad Cortex, in terms of flexibility, I don't think gets as far as this does in terms of foot switching. So really impressive. Let me know if you've got hopes for the Ampero Stomp still, or whether you're interested in the stage, whether you're thinking that's what you go for. I do even think that compared to like the Line 6 tones out of the box, I feel like this gets closer to being, I wouldn't say it's more accurate, but I would say that there's something quite satisfying about this immediately that I think sometimes with the Line 6 stuff is not necessarily always the case, particularly like Marshall tones and that sort of thing. So I don't know, up to you what you think on that, but yeah, I'm really impressed by that unit. So I think I'm using the same power supply as my HoTone Ampero Stomp. That's quite a nice first impression. So let's we'll see kind of just how user friendly this kind of is from the unit itself. Of course, you can see quite a nice big display here. We've got volume here. If we press this button, we get to our stomp mode. So that's pretty nice. If we press again, we get scenes. No. Hold for bypass. DSP bypassing. Cool, right. If we press 2, what happens? Well, that's scene 2, that's scene 1, scene 3. I really like this. This is like a level indicator, as you can see. And then 3. Something I need to try if I can figure out a way to do this is whether going to the tuner is going to break our didn't seem to kick us into any other preset, which was the problem that I had with the HoTone Ampero Stomp. Go back. So that seems to solve that as well. You can also see that we've got some additional kind of looper functions on the face too. So I'm kind of liking that as a setup. Let's, I don't know, how do we get to sort of presets? Let's just build our own, I guess. Or go to scene mode. So in this mode, I think we're kind of in stompy vibes, right? Because that scene is not doing anything. I've always been impressed by the way the HoTone stuff sounds. I think it sounds really good in general. I guess we need to be in preset mode. We can press this. Let's just start an empty. Go back. Go like this. So creating a preset is relatively familiar vibes, I'd imagine. You've got a great choice of amps, same as the other stuff. Let's try a matchless 30 clean. Go back, then cab. Go with Voxy Creamback, and get some nice blends as well. Cap edge, back. So that's where we're at the moment. In terms of signal chain as well, there are a couple of options. So we'll go serial, super serial, and this is preamp, which is not what I want, is it? I want amp. Because you can select just the amp section, then choose a separate power section. Kind of unique in that regard in the modeling world. Let's edit that. Turn the tone cut down. Turn the level down in the cab. I mean, this is something I have noticed with the HoTone stuff. Just does seem to sound really pretty good. Let's have a dual delay. Time left 500. Time right 375. Okay, and then if we were to have a reverb, you know, they sound pretty good things in general. Let's just save the patch. JC match. Save. And then, in terms of scenes, well, let's just figure out how this stuff works. So, drive. Okay, so if it's scene 1, I wanted the drive off. Let's just go into scene 2. So that's kind of worked. Then scene 3, for instance, if I wanted that to have delay and reverb on or off. So it's saving that stuff, so that's pretty straightforward. So now I've got dry on scene 3. And how do I assign the buttons? Let's go here to assignment. So, foot switch 1, scene 1. Foot switch 2, scene 2. Foot switch 3, scene 3. And then foot switch 4, I don't know, this could be drive. Foot switch 5 could be delay and reverb. Could it be both? Yes. Then if we press save, We could even, I think you can change parameters per scene as well. So if we just go over here, foot switch settings, over here 6, let's put this to be scene 4, and this could be like our solo settings, right? Now I want, if I go into my signal chain, amp settings, if we go to scene 4, parameter, if you're in scene mode, it's like you could have, so on scene 4 I've got the amp volume set higher, so this is how I could set my boost. So I've got like a solo now on scene 4, and then I think they've done a fantastic job at that, to be honest with you. Everything else about it is basically more or less like the Ampero, so great tones, but actually this scenes functionality means that this is a really capable gigging unit, and as it is even, the foot switching I kind of think is a little bit more flexible than even a quad Cortex at the moment, which is kind of bonkers to say. So I think HoTone have really upped their game in a massive way with this. I'm going to do a couple more videos with it at some point. This is just like a first impressions and out of the box vibes, and you saw how easy that was to dial in that preset, and this is without really even reading a manual. I don't know, it's quite clever stuff. I'd really love to see, and I'm sure other users will, the scenes brought to the HoTone Ampero Stomp. Leave a comment if you're hoping to see that happen. Catch you in another video soon, and cheers.